Hello everyone, welcome back to the new episode of our tutorial series on Task Manager with PHP and MySQL. In the previous episode, we have successfully added the functionality to insert the task into database and also displayed the task from database in our application. And in this tutorial, we will add a functionality to update and delete tasks in our database. So if you are new to this channel and haven't subscribed yet, then please click on that subscribe button and also click on that bell icon so that you won't miss any notification when I upload new tutorials. And with that, let's start our tutorial. Now let's work on update and delete function for our tasks. So let's go to our code, and here is our code, and this is our index.php or home page for our task. Let's close our add tasks because it's complete now. And as previous, let's work on delete first because it's simpler and it do not take much time. So here I will give a link. So first we need to give our site URL echo site URL, and then we will create a file called delete-task.php, and along with the path we need to send our task ID as well. So task underscore ID is equals to php, and then here we will echo dollar task ID, this one, and semicolon. So we are also passing the task ID in the URL using a get method, and we will get this value on our delete task.php files. So let's create a delete task.php file. So I'll go to task manager, which is my project folder, and let's right click on it and let's create a new file. It will be called as delete task.php. The name must be same here and on the link both. So click on OK, and let's save it by pressing Ctrl and S, and let's go back to our URL or browser, and let's refresh our browser, and let's click on delete button. I'll click on one of these, and we are on delete task.php page, and we do not have error. That means we have successfully linked our index page with our delete task page. If you are getting any error, then please fix the URL issue. The issue is on URL. Don't miss the file name, it must be same as here, and we are passing task ID. Now let's open our delete task.php file, and here we do not need to design anything because it won't be displayed on HTML. Instead we will just delete the task and redirect to our home page. So let's start with PHP, and the first thing we need to do is include constant. So include include config slash constants dot php, and then we need to check whether the task ID is available or not. Check task underscore ID in URL. So if is set, and we are passing the value using get method and get, and the get variable is task underscore ID. If task ID, then we will only delete the task from delete the task from database, else here we will redirect to home page. If someone tries to come directly to this page without passing any value or without clicking on that button, then we will redirect to home page. So header and location, and we'll concatenate our home page, which is site URL. That's it, and ends by semicolon. So that's it, this will redirect to home page. So let's try. So if I directly put delete delete task.php and do not pass any value task id, then it should redirect me to home page. So it's redirecting me to the home page. But if I click on this link, then it should remain on delete task.php page and process it and delete the tasks, and only redirect to home page. So let's first connect the database. Before connect database, first get the task id, get the task id. So let's create a variable $task underscore id is equals to dollar underscore get, and then task underscore id, and this is the get variable, which is url. This is the get variable, so this must be same as dollar underscore get task id. And then we need to connect our database. So let's connect database. So dollar con is equals to mysqli underscore connect, and then we'll pass localhost db underscore username, and then db underscore password, and then or die mysqli underscore error, and followed by parenthesis open and close, and at the end we will have semicolon, and then we need to select database as well. Select database. So dollar db underscore select is equals to mysqli underscore select underscore db, and here we will pass database connection dollar con and db underscore name, and here die mysqli underscore error, and followed by parenthesis open and close and semicolon. After that we will write SQL query to delete the task from database. So SQL query to delete task. So let's create a variable $sql is equals to delete from tbl underscore tasks, and we need to add where keyword, where task underscore id is equals to dollar task underscore id. Let's end it with semicolon, and then we need to execute the query. So execute query. So dollar res shortcut for result is equals to mysqli underscore query, and here we'll pass database connection, and we will pass dollar sql, which is our SQL query, and then check if the query executed successfully or not. If dollar res is equals to true, then query executed successfully and task deleted. Else fail to delete task. So here we will set the session message. So dollar underscore session, let's create the session variable as delete, and let's set the message as task deleted successfully, and then end with semicolon, and then we need to redirect to home page. So header, and then location dot site site URL. So this will take us back to our home page. So that's it, and we need to set the session message for failure as well. So dollar underscore session, it will be delete underscore fail, and let's set the message. So fail to delete task and ends with semicolon, then redirect to home page. So header and then location, and we'll concatenate our site URL, site URL. That's it. So that's it. Now we need to display this delete and delete fail in our index.php. So let's go to our index.php, and here after add, let's check for delete and delete fail and display the message. So if is set $_session, if we set $session delete, then echo echo $_session delete, and onset $_session delete. That's it. Similarly, let's add the message for delete fail as well. So if is set $_session delete underscore fail, then we will echo $_session delete underscore fail, and then we will also onset $_session underscore fail. So that's it. Let's save it by pressing Ctrl and S, and let's go to our browser, and let's go back to our home page. Let's refresh it, and let's delete it. So I will delete the first one. So I'll click on delete button, and task deleted successfully. So task is deleted, and it also disappeared from our table. So let's go and check on our database as well. So I'll refresh it, and web page design is gone. We only have icon design. So here we have only icon design, and if I refresh it, then our message also disappears. So we have successfully added delete feature in our task. Now let's work with update feature for our tasks. So let's go to our code, and here in our link for delete and update, in our update, let's add the link. So I'll create open PHP, close PHP, and I will echo our site URL, and then we will go to our update task page.php, and we will also pass task id, task underscore id is equals to php, and then echo task underscore id. That's it. Now we have added the link to update task.php. Now we need to create this file as well. So let's go to our project, which is task manager, and create a new file with that name. So it will be update task.php. Please do not misspell, be careful. Update task.php, and then click on OK. So let's create let's open our update task file, and let's save the index.php as well. Let's save it. Let's close delete task, and here we will design the form for our update task. It will be similar to our add task form. So let's start with including our constant.php at first. So I'll open PHP, close PHP, and then here we will include config/constants.php. Sorry, I do not have the single quote here. I'll paste it here. So this must be inside our single quotes. Sorry. And here ends with semicolon. Sorry. semicolon and config/constants.php, and then we need to design the page for our object task. So let's start with HTML, and then we will have head, and then we will have title, and title is task manager with PHP and MySQL. Then let's create body, so body, and inside it we will add first thing we need to add is our logo on h1 tag. So h1, it will be task manager, and then we need to add is, let's go to our add tags and see that. So we have a menu, home, and then we have a name of the page, which is add task page, and then we have form. So let's create a menu. For that I'll create a paragraph, and then here I'll create anchor tag, and it will be home. Let's give the link to our home page, which is href is equals to php, and then equal site URL. That's it. Now let's give the name of the page here with s3 tag, and this is update task page, and then we need to create a form. So form, this will also be a method of post, and then action will be empty, and here we will add our table, and inside the table we will have row, and then we will have column. Inside the column, the first thing we have is task name, and inside that another column we will have input type, and its type is equals to text, and its name is task underscore name. And here we won't have placeholder, instead we will have value, which will be obtained from database, and we'll display the value here, and this is required. So required is equals to required, and that after that we will add another row. Inside this row we'll have column, and it will be task description, and it will have another column, and inside it will have text area, and its name will be is equals to task underscore description, and its value will be displayed between the text area as we have done on list. So I'll take it in our next line, and we will display the value here. And let's create another row, so it will be tr, and it will have another column, which is select list, and it will have another column where we will have drop down for our list. So let's create a select tag, and its name will be list underscore id, and inside the list we will have option. For now I will create a dummy option. So let's add doing, and its value will be in number, value is equal, let's say 1. This is dummy. Later we will display the list from our database as in our add tags form. So let's go to our another section, which is priority. So td, and this is priority, priority, and this will also be a drop down td, and let's copy it from add tags, because it is a manual thing, and it must be as same as our add task, because later we will need to make comparison between the value, like hi, this value must be compared. So let's copy it and let's paste it in our here priority at task column. So this is our priority, and after that we need to add a deadline row for deadline. So tr, and let's add column td, so it will is it deadline deadline, and let's add a input tag input, and its type will be date, and its name will be deadline, and its value will be, we will display the value from our database. After that, the last row is for our update button. So let's add a column td, and let's add its button. So input type is equals to submit, and its name will also be submit, and its value will be update. Let's save it and let's display in our browser. So let's go to our home page and let's click on update button, and here we have our object task page form, task name, task description, select list, priority, and deadline. This will all be filled by the current data from database. Now let's work on getting those data at first. So after the include PHP, let's check the task ID. Check the task ID in URL. So if is set $_get and then task_id, then we will get the values from database, else redirect to home page. So let's redirect it, header, and then location. Let's concatenate our homepage URL, which is site URL. That's it. And here we need to create a variable task ID, and we will get the variable from URL. So $_get task_id, and then we will need to connect our database. Connect database. So $con is equals to MySQLi underscore ECT connect. We'll pass localhost db underscore username, and then db underscore password, or die MySQLi underscore error. That's it. And then we need to select database. So $db underscore select is equals to MySQLi underscore select underscore db. So here we'll pass database connection first, and then we'll pass database name, and here or die MySQLi underscore error, and followed by parenthesis open and close, and at the end we will have semicolon. And then we need to write the SQL query to get the details of our current task, selected task. So SQL query to get the detail of selected task. So $SQL is equals to select all from tbl underscore task, where task underscore id is equals to task underscore id. That's it. So this is our column name in our database table, and this is our variable value. And then we need to execute the query. So execute query. So $res is equals to MySQL underscore query, and here we need to pass database connection, and then we'll pass SQL query, which is $SQL, and then we will check if the query executed successfully or not, and if $res is equals to true, which means database or query executed successfully, and then we will get the data from database and store it in an array. So let's create an array. So it will be, its name will be row. $row is equals to MySQL underscore fetch underscore sock. This will get the value from database and store it in a row array, and here we need to pass $res, and then get the individual value. So first one we need to get is task name. So $task underscore name is equals to $row, and then task underscore name. Similarly, dollar task description is equals to $row, and then task underscore description. Here this is the database column name, and this is a variable we just created, and then we need to get list id. $list id is equals to $row list underscore id, and then we need to get the priority. Priority is equals to $row priority, and the last one is $deadline. $deadline is equals to $row, and here we'll pass deadline. So that's it. Now we will display this data in our form. So let's go to our form, and in the value let's display here PHP echo $task name. Let's save it, and let's go to our browser and let's refresh it. So I'll refresh the browser, and here we have our task name. Similarly, we also need to display all other data. So let's go to our task description, and here between the text area I will display task description. So echo $task description. Let's save it, and let's refresh the browser. Here we have the detail, and for select list drop down and priority drop down we need to add comparison. So here we need to add comparison, and we also still need to work on this to get the list from database, and we will compare here. So for now let's work on deadline, and then we will work on these two. So here I will add PHP echo $deadline. Save, and let's refresh it, and here we have deadline. Now let's work on priority. If I go to home page and set we have a high priority, and for default high is selected. Now let's add another task. So by things please buy, this is the description for me, and to do I will add it on shopping, and priority let's add it for low, and let's add the deadline as well, and save. And here we have low priority. Now let's add the comparison here, and then when we click on update, we need to see the respected priority. If I click on update, it will not show here low, because we have not made comparisons. For that we need to make a comparison here, and then it will only be selected, then it will only select the current priority. So let's work on that. So here on every option we need to open the PHP and close it, and here we will check if $priority, which means this priority, if this priority is equal to, and here we will pass a string, which is if priority is equal to this value. Let's pass it here. Then we will select this option. Okay, and after the parenthesis we need to open curly braces, and here we need to display echo and double quote, and here in the semicolon, and between the double quote we will type selected is equals to, and single quote, inside the single quote we will type selected. That's it. And similarly for other two options as well. So I'll copy this and paste it here and change it to if priority is equals to, this is medium. And similarly for low, I'll paste it here, and if priority is equals to low. Let's save it and let's refresh the browser. So this priority was low, so low should be selected. I will refresh the browser, and here low is selected. Now we need to add same comparison in our select list as well, but first let's work on displaying the list from our database. So I'll go to the code. So guys, if you have any confusion till now, then please comment below, or pause the video and go back and watch again from where you are confused. But if you couldn't find the problem, or if you have error, then please comment below. I'll try to fix or I'll try to help you as soon as possible. Now let's work on displaying the list from database. So here this is the list section. So here let's start the PHP open and PHP close, and then here we will add the database connection first. So let's create connection 2. Connection 2 is equals to MySQL underscore connect, and here we need to pass localhost db underscore username and db underscore password here, or die MySQL underscore error, and parenthesis open and close, and ends with semicolon, and then select database. So let's write the comment here as well, connect database, and in select database it will be $db select db underscore select 2, and here we will add MySQL underscore select underscore db, and here we'll pass database connection, which is $connection 2, and then db underscore name, die MySQL underscore error, and followed by parenthesis open and close and semicolon, and then we will write SQL query to get list, and here let's write the query. So $SQL 2 is equals to select asterisk or all from tbl underscore list, and we need to execute the query. So execute query. So $res2 is equals to MySQLi underscore query, and then we will pass database connection first, which is database connection 2, and $SQL, which is $SQL2. That's it. And check if executed successfully or not. So if $res2 is equals to true, then only we will display the list. And here we need to count rows as well. So count rows, here we will count rows. So $count rows is equals to MySQLi underscore norm underscore rows, and here we will pass $res2. That's it. And we will check whether list is added or not. So if $count count rows, and count rows must be 2, count rows 2. If count rows 2 is greater than 0, then lists are added, else no list added. And when we do not have any list, then we display a default value, which is none. So I'll go to addx and I will copy from it. So here we have display as none, so we'll display it. So copy from display none comment to PHP close and PHP open. Copy this line. So please be careful, guys. Please be careful and copy the code and go to update, and here no list added, so we will display none and paste it here and save it, and we will work for count rows 2. So here we will loop the data using while loop, and here we will create $row2 is equals to MySQLi underscore fetch underscore assoc, and here we will pass $res2, and then here we will get individual value. Here we need to get list ID and list name. So $list ID is equals to $row2. This is row 2. We are working on $row2 and list underscore ID, and similarly we need to get list name. $list underscore name is equals to $row2 list underscore name. That's it. Let's end with semicolon. Now we will come to the new line, and here we will end PHP, and again we'll start the PHP, and between the end and start of the PHP, here we will display the list from our database. For that I will cut it from the button which was manual list. So I will cut it and paste it here, and here instead of this we will display from database, which is echo $list underscore name, and here we will display list ID PHP echo $list underscore ID. That's it. Let's save it, and let's go to the browser and let's refresh it, and here we have our list, but we need to make comparison as for our priority. So let's go to our option, and here we will write the comparison code PHP and if and parenthesis $list ID. We need to because this list ID and this list ID is same, so we need to make we will be comparing these two, but the name is same, so we need to change the name for this. So let's change its name from list ID to list ID underscore, what should I give its name? List ID underscore, let's say it db, list ID underscore db. So its value will be here, here will also be list ID underscore db. So echo list ID db and on value, and here we will compare if dollar list ID underscore db. So if this list ID is equals to dollar list ID, which is list ID from top. So we are comparing this list ID and this list ID, and if they are same, then we will echo what we will echo. We will echo selected is equals to selected. So that's it, and after the double quote we need to end with semicolon. So that's it. Let's save it by pressing Ctrl and S, and we also need to make comparison for this one, this manual one, when all the lists are deleted or when there are no list. So here let's make similar comparison. PHP if dollar list underscore ID. So if the list ID from the top is equals to 0, then this must be selected. So echo selected is equals to selected. So guys, please be careful. Here we have a double quote, and inside the double quote we have selected is equals to selected, and after is equals to we have single quote, and inside the single quote we have selected, and at the end after the double quote we have semicolon. So be careful on this thing, and hope you understand. I have tried my best to make you understand, but if you have any confusion or if you get any error, then please pause this video, go back and watch again, and if you can't solve the problem, then comment below. I'll try to help you as soon as possible. So let's save it and let's go back to our browser. Let's refresh the browser, and here it's changed from to do to shopping. So this is working. Now we will work on processing all this data and updating in our database. Okay, so let's go to our code, and at the end of the HTML we will process all of this data and update the data in database. So after the HTML ends, we will start PHP, and then let's check if the form is or button is clicked. If the button is clicked, so if dollar underscore post submit is the name of the update button, then echo clicked. So let's save it and let's go to our browser and let's refresh it. Undefined index submit on line 164 dollar underscore post. If it's set, I forgot it's set again, so here it needs is set. If it's set dollar underscore post and then submit. So let's save it and let's refresh the browser. Now the error is gone. Now click on update button and button is clicked. So I will comment it, and then the first thing we need is connect the database. So dollar connection, this will be 3, so is equals to MySQL underscore is it connect, and MySQL underscore will pass localhost db underscore username and db underscore password or password or die MySQLi underscore error followed by parenthesis open and close and semicolon. And before connecting the database, we need to get the values from our form. So let's get the values from form. So dollar let's say task underscore name is equals to dollar underscore post. It will be task underscore name, similar task description, dollar task description is equals to dollar underscore post task underscore descript DSCRIPTION description, and then dollar list ID is equals to dollar underscore post list underscore ID, and then priority dollar priority is equals to dollar underscore post, and then PRIORITY priority, and the last one is deadline. Dollar deadline is equals to dollar underscore post and deadline. So that's it. Now here we have connected database, and then we need to select the database. So select database, so it will be dollar db underscore db underscore se lct. This will be 3 and is equals to mysqli underscore select underscore db, and here we will pass database connection first, database connection 3, and then db underscore name or die, and then mysqli underscore error followed by parenthesis open and close and semicolon, and then we will create SQL query to update tsk task. So dollar SQL 3 is equals to here we will create a query which is update tbl underscore tasks set, and then let's go to the new line. At the end I will add a semicolon, and here we will set the values for task underscore name is equals to dollar task underscore name, and then task description is equals to dollar task underscore description, and then list id is equals to dollar list underscore id, and then dollar this is not dollar but PRIORITY priority is equals to dollar PRIORITY priority, and then the last one is deadline. So deadline is equals to dollar deadline. So that's it. Here these are the database column name, and these are the value we obtained from the form, and at the end of the column do not add a comma for last column. And this is update query, so we need to add where keyword also. So where not list tsk task underscore id is equals to dollar task underscore id. That's it. Let's save it. Let's display the SQL query also. So I'll save it, I'll add the echo, and let's save it, and let's refresh the browser. So I'll go to browser and let's refresh it, and by things something, and I'll click on update. So here we have update tbl underscore task set task name is equals to buy things something, and description is please buy, list id 7, priority low, deadline is here, where task id is equals to 3. So this is working perfectly. So I will remove the echo now, and then we will execute our SQL query. So let's execute it. So after the SQL query, here we will execute query. To execute, I will create a dollar resource, and this is resource 3 is equals to MySQLi underscore query, and here we'll pass dollar connection. This is connection 3, and then we'll pass dollar SQL 3. That's it. And check whether the query executed or not. So if dollar res3 is equals to true, and then query executed and task updated, else fail to update tasks. Now we will set the session message and redirect it. So if it is successfully updated, we will redirect to home page, but if it failed, then we will redirect to update tasks. So let's create session variable first. So session, this is update is equals to message is task updated successfully, and end with semicolon, and we need to redirect to home page. This is redirect to home page. So let's redirect it. So header, and then location, and here we'll concatenate site URL, and similarly let's add the message and redirection for our failure. So dollar underscore session update underscore fail is equals to failed to update task, and here we will redirect to this page. So header, location, concatenate site URL, and then this page, which is update dash task.php, and we also need to pass our task id. Task id is equals to dot dollar task id. We have concatenated our task id here. That's it. Let's save it by pressing Ctrl and S. Now let's go to the top and display the message. So here after s3 tag and before our form, we will create a paragraph, and here we will check if the session is set or not. For that we need to open and close PHP, and here if is set dollar underscore session is update underscore fail, then we will echo dollar underscore session update underscore fail, and we'll also onset dollar underscore session update underscore fail. Okay, so we have update fail, we have displayed the message and also remove the message. So let's save it by pressing Ctrl and S, and let's go to our home page and display the message in our home page as well. So after this we will display the update message. So if is set dollar underscore session, this is success message, and this is update only, we don't have update fail, and then here we will display the message dollar underscore session update, and we will also onset $_ session and update. So that's it. Let's save it by pressing Ctrl and S. Hope you copied all the code successfully. If you haven't copied the code yet, then please pause the video and copy the code. If you have any confusion, go back to the video and watch it and complete the code. And let's go to the browser now, and I'll refresh the browser and let's change the things. This was small b, so I'll make it to capital B, and it will be capital T. I'll say it is okay, bye. And let's change its shopping from done, and let's change priority from low to medium, and that's it. I'll click on update button now, and here we have message task update successfully updated. I missed the D. I'll go to update task.php and at the bottom here I forgot it, D. I'll save it here, save it. So we have successfully obtained the message with task updated successfully, and we have also changed its name and its priority as well. So let's refresh the page, and message is gone. So we have successfully added the functionality to update, delete and insert, and also display the tags in our home page. Now we will have to work on displaying the list in our menu from the database, and we will also have to work on another thing, which is whenever we click on that menu, we should be able to get the task related to those menu or related to those list. Okay, so this is it for now.
Thanks so much for watching the tutorial till the end. I hope the tutorial was helpful to you. And do you know, it takes hours to record a single tutorial, and it takes more time or more hour to edit, process, render and publish the tutorial. So to make a tutorial series with couple of episodes, it takes around 1 week or 1 month time based on the length of the tutorial series. So if you want me to invest more time and make more free tutorials for you, then please subscribe to my channel. Click on that subscribe button, click on that bell icon, and also share this channel with as much people as possible, so that your friends will also know that they can learn software development and web application development in this channel for free, and it will also help this channel to grow. So thanks so much for your love and support. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on new tutorial. Till then, take care, stay safe, see you soon, bye bye.